Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Hey, this is Layla. I'm back. So, yesterday was a very special day for me. It was my birthday. I am 45 years old. You know what? It's funny how time can make you change the way you think about life. And one of the things for certain is that I always told myself that I want to see myself as an old woman. I want to get old. I want to live a full life. I want to know what that's like. You know, I remember when I had just graduated from high school and I was trying to find my way. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I had pretty much no clue. And I just felt like I didn't have the skills it took to go to college. Yeah, I was one of them. I remember when I was 17 years old, my mom asked me what did I want to do with my life. And I was like, I don't know. I'm 17, not knowing what I want to do. And then she was like, hey, you need to find out what you're going to do because you're about to graduate from high school and you need to know what you're going to do. And I was like, well, I don't know. She was like, well, you can go to the military. I said, no, I'm not going to no military. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be in nobody's war. And then, so my brother was like, well, why don't you just go to college? And what came out of my mouth really have stuck to me to this very day. I said, I'm not college material. I'm not going to college either. And they was like, what? What make you think you're not college material? I'm like, I'm struggling right now just to graduate from high school. So why would I even try to even go further than this? I want to at least graduate first. And all those years later, I look back at that and I realize how wrong I was. I am now a graduate of college. I have my degree in human resource. I have a business certificate for operating business. I have entrepreneur certificate. I am also certified as a life coach. I am a published author of not one, but two, but three books and still counting. And I can continue to keep going on and on about my accomplishments. But I sit back and I think about all the things that I thought I did not know what I wanted to do. I even went on to become a model. I did some print modeling. I did some promotion modeling. And all this time has passed. And I was reflecting on my life when 11:33 hit. And I was thinking to myself, I am two ages right now. In New York, I am 45, but here in Houston, I am 44. I was like, well, how ironic is that? And then you think about it, I was kind of like goofing around with myself. But then I left the phone alone. I stopped looking at my time. I stopped looking at everything and I started doing some other things and everything. and my alarm went off, and it was like, happy birthday. It is 12 midnight. You're now 45 years old. And for some odd reason, a great deal of sadness just came over me. I was sad. All my birthdays, except for one, have I been sad. Only one birthday, when I was 13 years old, that birthday was a sad birthday for me. And it wasn't because I was 13, it was because I wasn't getting what I wanted. And in the things that was happening at that particular time, my mother and one of my aunts was arguing with each other. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and they was fussing over her, and my grandmother couldn't speak. She couldn't talk. She was at our house. It was depressing, okay? So that was one of the saddest birthdays I had. At least I can say it still is to this day. Thank God. Because when I turned 45 at 12 midnight, Houston time, I was sad. I didn't even know why. I was thinking like, why do I feel so down? I don't understand why. What's happening to me? I should be happy. I should be like excited. I should be like, wow, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. I should be like that, but I wasn't. I was like, oh my God, I'm 45 years old. Time is just passing me by. I'm losing the track of time. I'm just losing it. And I was sad. And I was thinking like, what have I done with my life that I truly, truly, truly want to do? Have I really accomplished the things that I really am supposed to be accomplishing? If I was to die today, would I be happy? Would I be like, God, I did what you put me on earth to do? Or would I be like, well, God, I tried a lot of it. I tried a lot of bit of everything. Not a lot of everything. A bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this and that. And it's like, hey, that's not what I sent you there for, though. So I thought about that, and I was sad. And I was wondering, like, what happened to me to make me feel that way? But what it was is that I started reflecting on my life. I started thinking about how I would not be here right now to this moment to talk about what I'm talking about to you girls and guys about this topic. The topic that I want to share with you is, why are you in a complicated relationship? That is going to be the topic. You see, I've been in complicated relationships before, but I got out of them real quick. When I realized that it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go, at least what I felt that I deserved, I left that relationship alone. I got out of it. I was not going to stay in a relationship that I wasn't being fulfilled in, even if it was a marriage. And as you know, I am on my third marriage. But it's just one of those things that I told myself a long time ago. I would not live my life unhappy. I just won't do it. So, let me ask you a question. Are you in a complicated relationship? And if so, what makes that relationship complicated? What is it about that relationship that has it complicated? Can you just express to yourself and then listen to the words that come out of your mouth, or listen to the words that's in your thoughts, because you might not say it out loud. But it'd be real wise if you was to just say it out loud so you can actually hear it. Listen to the words that come out of your mouth to yourself, why that relationship is complicated to you. God is not a God of confusion. Everything that he does doesn't bring confusion with it. Only Satan does that. He likes to throw confusion into your mix of anything that's happening in your life. Satan does that. So if you're in a complicated relationship, know this one thing. God did not put you in that relationship. You put yourself in that relationship, and Satan is playing with that relationship to keep it complicated because you put yourself in a relationship. you're not even supposed to be in the first place. If you're in a relationship and it's complicated to you, then you need to reevaluate why you're in that relationship in the first place. What is it about that particular person that has you wanting to be with them? And if you find yourself answering these questions to justify your answers, then there is clearly something wrong with you. Not the other person, but you. You should never justify a reason or your answers for anything that is causing you pain. Okay? Complicated relationship bring about pain. It makes you sad, it makes you upset, it makes you depressed, it makes you lonely, it makes you confused. It just changes the dynamics of everything that's supposed to be happening in your life. You can't even accomplish your goals that you are supposed to be thriving and going after. But how can you thrive if you are stuck? And yes, baby, you're stuck. You're stuck in a relationship that is causing you pain, depression, confusion, and you don't know what to do with yourself. So you can't go out and do the things that you're supposed to be actually doing with yourself. So yesterday, I was in my car and I was listening to the radio and I heard someone's story, and it just kind of puzzled me. It made me want to talk about this topic right now. Matter of fact, it was a lady. She wrote a letter to the radio host, and she told the lady what she was going through. She said she had been in a relationship with a married man for 22 years. She is battling depression, and she wants to know what can she do. Well, the answer that the radio host gave, it was a typical answer that was broad. And what I mean by that, it was an answer that wasn't judgmental. It wasn't a judgmental answer that she gave. It wasn't even a clear answer either. It was more so like options. She gave her options. So you have an option to stay in this relationship, be depressed, and deal with the situation and miss opportunities of having your man with you on holidays, birthdays, taking trips and vacations. Or you can get out of that relationship and you can go and you can get some help. Don't get in another relationship until you have fully healed from that one, and then go ahead and try to get in a relationship with someone who is single and available. That's a good answer. A real good answer. But the thing is that she heard that before. I know she heard that before because it's typical. It's so typical. It's just what it is. So if she would have asked me that question, let's say she would have came to me and she was like, "Hey, Layla, I am in a relationship with a man for 22 years. He's married. I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. What should I do about that?" Well, she also said in that letter, don't say, just leave. Okay. Well, since I can't say just leave, so what would I say then? What I would ask her is, why is that relationship important to you in the first place? Why are you in that relationship? What is it that have you still there? 22 years later, you're still there. You haven't gotten what you wanted because he's still married to the lady that he was married to when y'all first got together. So if you haven't gotten what you wanted, but yet you're still there involved with this man, it clearly shows in 22 years, he's not leaving his wife for you. So what is it that you actually want from this man? And don't you say, I want him to leave his wife and marry me, because it's not going to happen. It's already clear. It has already been clear to you he's not leaving his wife and his family for you. And I'm pretty sure he have given her all kinds of stories about he was gonna leave and he's waiting for the kids to become grown. I'm pretty sure by now those children are grown, probably grown, past grown, could be, or let's say they're approaching grown age. Point is that if they are approaching grown age, they're not going to be his factor for him to use anymore, but he's still going to use it anyway because he's been using it all this time. If he have been using the children as a factor of why he's still with his wife. When it comes to a situation like that, I have to admit, have I messed with a married man before? Oh, yeah, I sure have. Not that I'm proud of it, but I have. I have definitely done it before. I have put myself in situations that I've gotten with a guy that had a wife, and I found out about it. And one thing for certain, I never expected him to leave his wife. Never. I didn't even care about him being married to leave his wife. Let me give you the rundown on that situation. So, I'm 21 years old. I'm vibrant. I'm fresh out of a engagement to my first fiance. I was going to get married to my high school sweetheart. Yeah, we was engaged, all that good stuff. But I didn't go along with the marriage. I called the marriage off. So that clearly tells you right there, I ain't trying to get married, right? So I wanted to have fun. I just want to enjoy myself and really just learn who I am, because I didn't know who I was at that time. I didn't know nothing about what I really wanted to do. I was just working a regular old job that wasn't going anywhere. It was a dead-end job, put it like that. So this person, I liked him. I thought he was cool. We had a lot of fun together. But when we got together for the first time, he wasn't married. I didn't even know he was engaged. But I did know for sure he wasn't married. Now, what happened, Layla? Yeah, so what happened was that we continued to see each other as we were seeing each other. He told me, I'm going to go to Vegas for 2 weeks and I'm going to come back. And I said, oh, okay, so you're going on vacation. Yeah, me and my brother and some of my family members, we're just going to go have a family vacation. I was like, oh, okay, cool. This man, he left. He went on his family vacation and he came back exactly like he said. He came straight to me as he came back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we picked up back where we left off. At least that's what I thought. Didn't know. So when he came back from Vegas, I remember calling his house and he was like, hey, I'm on my way over to your house and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool. So as he was on his way to my place, I got a phone call from his wife. I didn't know it was his wife now. Didn't know it. But a female called me and she was like, hey, Layla, I want to know, who are you to him? And I said, we friends. And she was like, oh, really? I said, yeah, we just friends. At least that's what I thought. We was just friends because I didn't see it as a relationship because I didn't want one. And she was like, well, I want you to know that he's married. Whoa, wait a minute. What you mean he's married? She said, yeah, we just got married. We went to Vegas and we got married. My family, I'm from Vegas and that's where we got married at. I was like, oh, so he went to Vegas to go get married. You telling me? He told me he was going to go and just have a family vacation. This nigga lied. Sorry, I used the N word, but that's exactly how I felt. This mug lied to me. I was upset. I was upset. Yes. Was I upset because he got married or was I upset because he lied? I was upset because he lied. Not because he got married, because I didn't want to get married and I didn't want a relationship. I was just having fun. That was my thing. So I told her, I said, okay, well, he's on his way here now to my house. You know that, right? And she was like, yeah, I do know that. And it kind of puzzled me, because I was confused with the situation. I said, so what got me confused here is that I've been talking to you on the phone when I call for him. You give him the phone as if there's no problem. I asked him who you were. He said you was his sister. And I just left it at that. Then I talked to another girl that was there. And I asked her who you were, and she told me herself that you was his sister. So in my mind, I'm thinking the girl I was talking to is his sister, and the one that I inquired about is his sister. So both of y'all are his sister. She said, no, that's not how that is. She said, I'm his wife, and the girl that you was talking to is my sister, which is his sister-in-law. I was like, oh, wow, y'all got things all confused to me. Okay, now this is complicated. Now I'm in a complicated situation here. So I'm asking her, but all this time that you knew about me, what did he say? Who did he say I was to you, to him? And she said, he told me you was just his friend. I said, well, he did tell the truth about that. We are just friends. And then she said, so if y'all just friends, he's on his way to your house right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. I said, yeah, we about to go out. We finna go to the club. We finna go hit the streets. That's what we about to go do. Because that's what we did. We hit the streets. Me, him, and his brother, and a couple of other people. We just went out and we just had a good time. That's how I felt. But I'm not gonna lie, we did dibble and dab here, and we had some entanglements, okay? The words of Jada Pickett. We had some entanglements, we did. And she asked me about that. And I didn't know nothing about the word entanglement until I heard it from Jada Pickett. So I was just straight up honest. Yeah, we have had sex. And she say, oh my God. He told me that y'all was just friends. I cannot believe this. And I was like, oh, now we getting the feelings involved. Now the real deal is coming out. So I was like, okay, okay. I said, when he gets here, I will let him know everything. And we're going to go from there. I said, you know what? I'm upset that he lied to me. So I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not going to be fooling with him like that. Because I don't like being lied to. I just don't. So he showed up at my house. I was still on the phone with his wife when he showed up. And I say, he's here right now. Want to talk to him? And I hand him the phone. And he answered, and he was like, what's going on? Acting like he all brand new, didn't know what was going on. And she was like, she called him by his whole full name, everything. She called him by the first name, last name, middle name, all that stuff. She said it all. And she was like, I cannot believe that y'all are having sex. And you told me she was just a friend and all this stuff. And oh, they were just going off. And he was like, what? And he still was on that number, acting like he didn't know, acting all brand new, until I said, okay, you know what? Give me my phone. Let me hang up this phone. I'm going to deal with my part, my end, and you deal with your end when you get him back home with you. So that's what ended up happening. I told him that night, I said, I'm not finna mess with you no more. This is it. I like you. I like you a lot. You are fun to be around, but I can't mess with you because you're married. And you lied to me. You told me you was going to Vegas to have a good time, be with your friend, have a family vacation, and you went out there to go elope. Or he's like, I didn't elope. I had a real wedding. I said, oh, that's even worse. Like, you planned this. This was planned. Oh my goodness. How long you been engaged? And he was telling me a couple of years, I think like 2 years or something like that. I say, oh, so when we met.
We'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Layla Cara style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alaylacarolstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like. At my job, when you came up there for lunch, because I was working at a restaurant, you was engaged then, And then he went on to tell me, well, to be honest with you, I really don't really want to be married. I got married because her father was pressuring me to marry her. She was pressuring me to marry her. I didn't want this. He told me all the rundown or whatever, whatever. I said, but the point is you still went along with it and you still got married. I don't see how someone can make me do anything I don't want to do. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I just don't do it. I fight tooth and nail when someone is trying to make me do something I don't want to do, especially get married. I just called off an engagement because I didn't want to get married. I was serious about that, and I walked away from that relationship, and that was my high school sweetheart. So come on now. Don't sit here and tell me you didn't want to get married. I don't want to hear that. So as he came into the door, I had him turn on back around and go on out that door. Bye. This is it. I can't do this. I was quick to break up with people. I had a quick spirit of breaking up with people who was not truthful to me. I don't like that. I hate that. I do. I don't like it. So what ended up happening, to make a long story short, was that some time had passed. And he was still trying to reach out to me and all that good stuff. Because I know me. Yeah, I'm not bragging, but I'm telling the truth. I'm fun to be around too. So I understand. We had a good time. So after all that, I remembered that I got a phone call from his wife. And like I said, some time had passed. Now it's about going into a year. I don't even think they even got to their first anniversary, but they was close to it. And she gave me a call. She called me and she was like, hey, I'm out here in Alaska. I am in the military. I joined the military. I broke up with him. I divorced him. Well, I'm going to divorce him. She haven't divorced him yet. She said, I'm going to divorce him. You can have him. And I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't messed with that dude and since me and you talk. It's been a while. What are you talking about? And she said, he keeps talking about you. It's almost like you got some kind of stronghold over this man or something. I was like, no, I don't have no stronghold over him. It's not like that. She said, but he compares me to you. And I don't like it. And I was like, oh, well, that would be a problem for me too if he was comparing you to me and me to you and all this in my face. Oh, that would be a problem. You are so right. So anyway, to make a long story short on that one, they end up divorcing and he ended up moving to Atlanta and she ended up going to the military and that was just that. But I still felt like being in a complicated relationship was not for me. Just wasn't. I need to know where I stand in any relationship. I don't care if we're just having fun. I need to know that's what it is. We're just having fun because that's exactly how I'm going to treat it. We're just having fun. Now, if you want to change the dynamics and start doing other things, then guess what? That fun has stopped and I'm stopping too because it's too much. I don't like complication. I definitely don't like confusion. And if you are in a relationship where you're with somebody and you don't know where you stand, that's the first thing that you need to establish as of today. As of right now, you need to establish as soon as you get off this message, when this podcast is over with, you need to be establishing with whoever you with where you stand. Where are you in that relationship? Who are you to that person and who are they to you? You cannot be the girlfriend to them and they're just a friend to you. You cannot be the friend to them and you are the girlfriend. You know what I mean? It can't be opposite. You can't be in a relationship and they're not in a relationship. That's not how that works. Somebody got to get this understood. So if you're messing with a married person, wife who's a wife to another man, husband who's a husband to another woman, or hey, same sex, whatever, wife, husband, whatever you want to call yourself. If you are in that type of position and you are the other person, side chick, side dude, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to establish where you actually stand. Because when you don't know where you stand in a relationship, that's when you end up bringing on spirits of depression into your world, into your life. Now you're depressed because you want more than what you're getting. The person don't want to give it to you and they're not going to. because their mind is made up. They're just stringing you along. They just want you to believe that they're going to do more than what they're actually doing. What you are seeing them do for you right now and yesterday and the day before yesterday is the same thing they're going to do for you tomorrow. Okay? You need to remember that. Always concentrate on this one thing. If nothing has changed, nothing will change. If nothing has changed yet, nothing will change tomorrow. You're going to keep going through the same thing over and over and over again until either one of you call it off. That person might break up with you and leave you alone. Or you might decide enough is enough is enough is enough. And then you leave them alone. I want to touch base on another situation here. Why do you feel that you're not enough, that you have to settle for something that low? Being a side chick or being a side dude, it isn't fair to you and it's not fair to the other person who has a wife or a husband. It's not fair to neither one of y'all. And the person who is winning, it's not the wife. It's not you. It's the person who got the best of both worlds. And that person is only winning until y'all cut it off. Somebody got to cut it off. Somebody got to stop the madness at some point. You cannot continue to go on and on and on with your life in that situation. I got one other question for you. If you went to the doctor tomorrow and the doctor told you you have 3 months to live, you know for a fact you're not going to be here after 90 days. You're going to be dead. Ask yourself this question. Would you rather die in a complicated relationship, not being fulfilled, not having what you deserve, which is actually true happiness, or would you decide to break that relationship off and start loving on yourself in the next 90 days to love yourself enough, cleanse yourself, ask for forgiveness because you're going to need it, and then decide that you're going to live the rest of the 90 days scot-free of all that depression, all that drama, all that not getting what you actually deserve. You know, everyone deserves flowers on their actual birthday, on actual Christmas, on actual Mother's Day and Father's Day. Having the dinner, being able to put the pictures out there for the world to see the two of y'all together, lovey-dovey, without hiding it. Whenever someone needs to hide you, baby, that's not the person for you. You should never be in a relationship where a person cannot claim you to the world. I mean, for real, because that's one of the things that I made sure I would not do. You can't take a picture with me and post it on your social media and have it on public. You and I not going to be together. I would not give you that satisfaction to humiliate me like that. I know who I am. I'm a diamond. I am a diamond. I remember when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, I used to always tell people, I'm a diamond in the rough. Yeah, I might be living in the ghetto, in the hood, but baby, you polish me up, I shine brighter than that rock on that woman's finger that just got married, happy, then I don't know what. I am a diamond in the rough. And I used to always say that because I meant it. I knew what I was. I knew who I am. I know my worth. And that's exactly who you need to understand about yourself. That you are a diamond. Or you can even be a pearl, the pearl that is hard to find. You can go and get you an oyster, pick that shell, and you might not find a pearl in there. But then you go and search and search and search until finally you find that nice pearl right there waiting for you. That's what I'm talking about. Know your worth. Know who you are. Stop letting other people degrade you. Do not allow somebody to categorize you. Don't let nobody put you in a category that God didn't put you in. The God that I know I serve, I don't know what God you serve, but the one I serve, he told me that I am more than a conqueror. Do you understand what that means? That I conquer everything that I try and put myself out there to do. That's supposed to be you too. So don't allow yourself to be belittled by anybody. If you feel like you're stuck in a relationship that you can't get out of, seek some help, seek some counseling, some real counseling, some therapy, because you're going to need therapy. That's what you're going to need. You can even hit me up. Go to my website, imagingcoaching.com. That's imaging, that's IMAGING, coaching, COACHING.com. Book a session with me and I will help walk you through this journey. We can do this together. And I help walk you through this journey where you can break them soul ties, where you can learn your self-worth, where you can learn that you are better than who you even know you are, because you don't even know yourself. That's why you're in the relationship that you're in. Complicated. That's why you're in that relationship, because you don't know yourself. I can help you develop into the person that God created you to be. Tap into that soul of yours, not somebody else who tied you into theirs. I can help you break that soul tie. So hit me up and we will walk this journey together until you have became bright like that diamond and one of those pearls that was so hard to find. I'm signing out. I'm Layla. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Also check me out on Facebook. I have a brand new book out. It is called The Stress Eliminator. You can pick that up on Amazon. Yes, it talks about how to eliminate your stress. And first, I teach you how to identify your stressors. Once you have identified what is actually stressing you out, and then we go from there and you go deeper into the book, it'll teach you how to eliminate that and how to even cope with those stressors that you can't eliminate, because some stress you just can't get rid of, but you can learn how to cope with it to where it's not causing you health problems or depression, okay, or even anxiety, So check it out. I'm signing out. Layla. Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.